push-ups. The next thing you know, you're doing 30. The next thing you know, you're running a marathon. It's going to take a year to get to that point. You're not going to jump up tomorrow and run a marathon. The same thing in your personal life. You're not going to jump up tomorrow and be a rock star millionaire with a supermodel wife. But if you live in a certain way and you have 100% gratitude for the things in your life that you need and not necessarily the things that you want, and you perform every task to the best of your abilities, that's going to add up to success. There's no two ways about it. Old patterns, well, they equal comfort. Change is not easy, but it is very fulfilling. So it's changing some of these old patterns to have that Coca-Cola because you think you have to have it, or that beer because you think you have to have it. These patterns are a cigarette or anything else that's very detrimental to your health. These patterns are hard, they're not easy to change, but whenever you do, the fulfillment in making that change far more surpasses that ever want or urge or need that you had for that thing in the beginning. So yeah, to know and accept you and to meet your personal goals for your own well-being was basically the whole premise of this show. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in old patterns just because they're comfort. Just like comfort food. It's not something that you want to eat all the time, but it's something that you can get a taste of and it's not really going to hurt you. Like I say, handle your buzz. Take it in moderation. Having a beer is not bad. If you knew the 17th beer was bad, though, the 18th beer is probably not a very good idea, is it? But yeah, rock and roll, what else is going on in life, in the fast lane, in the zombies world? I know that, the last time we talked to Chris, that he said that he had done, what was it, Korn, was hanging out with Korn. We're talking a little bit about Breaking Benjamin. He got to do the Breaking Benjamin show there at the BOK. Shout out, Bank of Oklahoma Center. And yeah, we're thinking that he was gonna call in tonight. We'll probably get him on here tomorrow night. Then it just the run up, the lead up to the show of what's going on. And yeah, so we always get with the rock and rollers, especially Chris Ryder, maybe the day after, and that's why I didn't put up any precursors to the show. It's at 998-776-44321. Math. There we go. Okay. Well, let's try this one more time before we get off the air. Hell, might as well try to call him one more time.
Hi, this is Chris Ryder. Can't take your phone.
The last time this happened, his phone froze up, and now I know he's got a new phone. So, unless he just dropped it into the ocean. Or he could have gotten kidnapped by aliens. He could have gotten abducted. So I hope he's alright. I sure do. I hope he's okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's see if I can think of an interesting story to tell you all, just shooting from the hip. One time at band camp. Oh, seriously though. Because I can tell you that, but the podcast when it first started was, like, that was part of the thing, is that I would do old school stories and just tell like a crazy story to see if anyone remembered it. Like we had a teacher in junior high, and he wasn't my teacher, but he taught like one of the girls that I dated, and he taught, of course, all the girls in the junior high, and it was like, I think it was choir or band or choir, something like that, music, and he was just like a creepy dude. He would like make weird comments to the girls, like something to the effect of like, that mini skirt you're wearing's making me have bad thoughts. So yeah, he was kind of creepy, and I actually remember like talking to some of the dudes, like, "Hey man, this dude's like, I don't know, what his deal is and stuff, but maybe we need to like have a talk with him." But anyway, the point is that this cat ended up freaking out. He ended up at a place in Sweeney called the Pizza Junction with an ice chest with a dead cat in it and a gun. And yeah, I think he held the place up. He had the place on lockdown with a dead cat and a gun, and said that he wanted a Coca-Cola and a Coca-Cola for his cat. And I don't know exactly how that ended, or if that dude ended up getting help or going to prison, getting therapy. I don't know. I would be interested to know. We think his name might have been Mr. Struhall. So yeah, if any of you guys remember that crazy shit, that's, like I said, one of the things, like one of the old school stories when we first started the podcast a couple years ago. That's one of the things that we would always bring up. And two, I would always also try to like maybe tell a joke. I could possibly vent about my day. However, there's really not a vent for today, man. Today's really been a blessing and a breath of fresh air. And being that I actually got to speak with a beautiful young lady before she went to bed tonight, before she went to sleep on the phone, kind of recharged the batteries, guys. Kind of it gave me a little something to, a little something to talk about tonight. Anyway, not that, but you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. You, like I said, you find inspiration uh, in some of the places that you least expect it. Especially whenever it comes to podcasting. You could be in the line at the grocery store and be talking to someone and say, you know what, that's a whole show right there. I need to get this guy on here. And also, I would say, just speaking of podcasting, if you're listening to this, then apparently you're a little bit interested in internet radio. Well, internet radio, the particular platform that we're on right now, happens to be Spreaker Podcast, happens to be the best podcasting network on the planet Earth by far. They're growing leaps and bounds. We've got a lot of the top best podcasters on the planet here. I mean, we've got the Joe Rogan Experience here. We've got a lot of Smodco shows here. We've got Kevin Smith. As far as Hollywood Babylon, Fat Man on Batman, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and then we've got the Nerdist. We've got, you go through the programming and see what kind of stuff you like. There's all kinds of interesting internet radio programming right here at Spreaker Podcast. And while you're here, don't forget to follow me. What you do is go to where it says info on my main page, on my home page where it says info. It'll say created by, and then you click on my name and it will allow you to follow me right there. And also to help support Robcast, go to our Amazon store to do your Christmas shopping or any of your other little old shopping. It's astore.amazon.com/RobcastRadio-20. That's astore.amazon.com, right? /RobcastRadio-20. And that's how you can help support the show, by doing your shopping on Amazon. And just to let you know how you can follow the show, you can help support the show, you can listen to the show anytime on YouTube, this show right now. Don't have to listen to it live. If you're trying to get your workout, your mixed martial arts training, you're just on your drive home, you can always listen on YouTube. I'm Rob C. Zombie on YouTube, but you can just type in Robcast or Robcast Radio on YouTube and you'll pull us up right there. You can listen to any of the episodes. Listen at Spreaker Podcast, of course, like we just mentioned. I post all of these also on my Facebook, and that's Robert Cole, Zombie in parentheses on Facebook, or Robert Cole at Robcast Radio on Twitter. So tweet me. I'll follow you on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, because I really, I like Twitter. Twitter's cool. And Vine is no more, guys. Did you guys hear that? No more Vining. Vine is history, so that's a trip how fast that candle burned out, because all of these people, if you don't know what Vine is, Vine was what, like a 6-second video. You post the video on there. Most of them are like funny or interesting. I don't know. I don't really watch a bunch of Vines, but what it did is it made a bunch of people like really famous really fast, and they were making really good money. And then today, or I guess yesterday, they pulled the plug on Vine. Vine is no more. Like, I guess a lot of the entertainers are saying, dang, at least whenever my, at least whenever my sitcom got canceled, the whole television just didn't go off the air altogether. So that's kind of a trip for all the people that were dependent on Vine for their income, because Vine's just off the planet now. And no moss on the call in. We're not gonna give it up. We're just gonna say, hey, call in. Not gonna happen tonight, guys, because okay, well then, that no response and no response. So yeah, just sitting here thinking about maybe a few encouraging words before we go, guys, is this. Some of the biggest failures in my life I look back on, and it was really a success. It was really taught me a lot. Some of the things in my life that I thought were just gonna end my world and things would never be the same again turned out to be some of the biggest blessings in my life. So just like the country song says, sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers, because believe it or not, the good Lord does have a plan, but you can't just sit back and wait for that plan to happen. You have to take action. You have to be happy with you, and you've got to take that first step. You've got to be, a body at rest is going to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. You've got to get yourself moving in that correct direction. And once you set your sights on it and you know what your trajectory is, then you'll make it there. I have faith in you. And also, if you want to start a podcast, do you want to start a Robcast? It's as easy as sitting down with your friend, your neighbor, your sibling, your significant other, your coworker, your army buddy, and you never know what's going to happen whenever you hit record with some spontaneous conversation. And by the Casio watch beeping 20 times, that tells us that it's midnight. It's midnight at Robcast Radio. So it's officially time for the antics and the craziness to begin. A few days before Halloween, who all's going to be a clown? Wow, I don't even want to talk. Don't even get me started with clowns. I've got my clown permit, though. I will definitely. Oh man, I don't want no clowns down trick-or-treating at my house. That's creepy. See, that's creepy, fellas. So just, again, undealt with stress in your life is stored in your body and is dealt with biologically. So you have got to learn how to deal with this stress in your life, whatever it is. How do you do that? Whether it's meditation or working out, or if you gotta pimp slap a motherfucker sometimes. It's just what you gotta do to get the stress out of your life. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I don't advocate pimp slapping somebody unless they really fucking need it. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I guess I'm going to leave it with you guys with a 45-minute show. Normally we go a little bit longer. Tell that to her, zombie, right? Yeah, somebody else will believe that crap. But no, I just want to remind you all that you do have a special talent. You should be doing what you love to do every single day, just like yours truly. And if you do, and when you do that, the world will be a better place. Until then, you can definitely fill your place in society by performing every task at hand, no matter how small, no matter how big, to the best of your ability. Man, it'll add up to success. I mean, I have faith in you. The good Lord that has faith in you. But the main thing that I cannot do